Hi friends, happy Monday. I hope you're having a good morning. This is a busy week for me, and I thought I would share a little bit of why with you. I write for a magazine as well as writing the books that I write, and I've done this for about 7 years now. I started doing it when my daughter, who's the youngest, was 6 or 7 months old, and it scared the living daylights out of me. I very nearly gave up several times, but I stuck with it and I absolutely love it now. And I just thought it might be interesting for you to find out what goes on behind the scenes of magazines that you read. Um, my magazine is called Hills District Independent, or the Independent magazine. I write for the Hills and the Blacktown copies here in Sydney in Australia. And it's a great little local magazine. I get to speak to so many people. But anyway, apart from that, I thought it might be interesting for you. So when I started this, I'd never written magazine articles. I've got a background in marketing and copywriting, and writing for a magazine was so out of my comfort zone, it wasn't funny. But I thought it was, oh, I thought it was a perfect excuse to try something new. Sorry about that, guys. And um, yeah, so I decided to give it a go. The first thing I did was pick the brains of my editor. She had been a client of mine when I was freelance writing and asked me to come on board, which I very nearly said no to. And yeah, so poor Penny, I picked her brains so much over those first few months. I'm sure she was completely fed up of me asking her questions. So I decided to do a course on magazine writing, and I did that at the Australian Writing Centre. I'll link to that down below if you have a look in the comments. There are plenty of different things out there that you can do if you're interested in learning, but this one was one that Penny had actually recommended to me, and yeah, it was a pretty good one. So there I found about the what, where, why, when, how. When you're interviewing people, these are the things that you need to consider. Who are you speaking to? Why are they interesting? What have they done? How do they do it? All of these things are great to think about when you're actually interviewing a person. So I learned about that. I also learned about how to pitch to other magazines, which I've not bothered to do because I like writing for the one that I write for. And how you get paid with magazines. Some magazines pay you by the word. Some magazines have a set price for the articles that you write. So all of that was really fascinating for me, learning how to do it, and really gave me a lot of confidence. And as I said, I've been doing this for nearly 7 years now, and it gets easier every month. Sorry, my dog Dojo is lying on my feet and moving about, so it's a bit distracting, as well as folders falling off. So yeah, I just thought that would be interesting for you. I've got a deadline this week, so I need to get all of my articles in. Last week, I interviewed the people that I'm wanting to speak to. Excuse me, Dojo is about to knock my ring light over. So I teed up the interviews. I did a bit of research on the people that I wanted to talk to, wrote down questions that I would ask them, and I very much approach it like a conversation. So I just want to find out more about that person, what makes them tick, and then I'll start asking specific questions about why they're of interest to the magazine. So this month was a lady who was given Citizen of the Year for the Hills District in Sydney, and she's wonderful. She volunteers all over the place and just a fascinating and inspirational person. I also interviewed a gentleman that represents a group of churches, and they offer free lunches every single year at Christmas. So yes, what was my point now? I'm wandering. So yeah, I do my interviews. I type as I chat to them. I sometimes record the interview as well so I can listen back. But these days I'm very confident in what I'm doing. So I type as I go. And then once the conversation is finished, I go back, I look at my notes, and then I write out my articles. I contact our photographer, who is a lovely lady called Catherine Hill, and give her the person's details. She then arranges photographs for them, and once they're done, they get uploaded onto a shared site that we all use. When I've written up my magazine article, obviously spell check, grammar check, all of that, then I send it across with any other extra photos that I've got to my editor. She'll then go through it, make sure it's okay. Then it gets passed on to our designer. She has done the layout for the magazine, so she slots it in the correct place, formats it, adds the images, etc. And from there it goes on to a printer where it gets printed. And ours is actually a free community magazine. So once it's printed, it's then distributed all over the area and people can pick up and read our magazines for free. And we get so much feedback. I think we've got something like 120,000 people that are reading it now. So it's, it's a good audience to get out to. We also have a digital edition, so people all over the place can read that. And yeah, we'd have editorial meetings where we discuss themes of what's coming up. And we have a small, the freelance writers that all work together. We meet with the editor as well and chat to her. So yeah, if you're interested in becoming a magazine writer and you've got any questions about it, don't hesitate to drop a comment down below and I'll do my best to answer them. And yeah, happy Monday, people. I'm going to be nose to the grindstone trying to get all this work out, but I will be getting some writing done for the book. I'll also do videos for Scone with the Wind, so make sure you're checking them out too. Have a great day. Bye.